Namaste students, Pushpa Vidya. I JVM Dr. Vaidya. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the pleiotropy and the lethal alleles. So, pleiotropy, where one gene affects the multiple characters, or the lethal alleles, where the alleles that prevents the survival, where homozygous or heterozygous. Okay. So, here in the Mendel's experiment, you might imagine that all gene controls a single character affect some harmless aspects of the organism's appearance, such as the color, height, and shape. Those predictions are true for some genes, but definitely not for all of them, right? So, for example, a human genetic disorder, maybe for Marfan syndrome, is caused by the mutation of the one gene, yet it affects many aspects of the growth and development, including the height, growth, the vision, heart functions, and these are the example of the pleiotropy and one gene affects the multiple characteristics. So here a cross between the two heterozygous yellow mice producing the yellow and brown mice in the ratio of 2:1, not 2:1. This is an example of lethal setting in which a particular gene type makes an organism unable to survive. Okay. So when we say phenotypes, uh, the Mendel's experiment with flower, purple flower and white flowers, okay, as we have discussed in the our previous classes of this. But the phenotyping associated with the two flower color, that means when you see that the flower color were always correlated with the two other features. That means the color of the seeds covering the seed and the color of the exile junctions where the leaves met the stem. Okay. In the plant with the white flower, the seed coat and the exile were colorless. That means in plant with purple flowers, on the other hand, the seed coat were brown, gray, and the exile were reddish. Okay. So thus, rather than affecting just one characteristic, the flower color change actually affects the shape. So gene like this, which controls the multiple characters or the pleiotropic or many effects, we have to say that the Mendel's flower colors or the genes specific on the protein that cause color particles or the pigments that we need. So this protein works in several different parts of the seed plant. For example, the seed coat or the exile coat. Okay. So here the phenotypes can be tracked or detected in one gene with several copies. Okay. So the pleiotropy, that means the gene or the feature 1 or the feature 2 or the feature 3, that means one gene affects multiple characters. Importantly, the alleles of the phenotypes of the genes are transmitted in the same way as the allele of the gene that affects the single trait. Okay. So here you have to see the phenotype has the multiple elements, and these elements are very specific in the uh, and dominant and recessive version in while it is in the heterozygous zygote in a ratio of 3:1. That means the pleiotropy of a human genetic disorder. So the gene affects the human genetic disorder, often the pleiotropic. So for example, the pleiotropic cell with the hereditary disorder called the Marfan syndrome, okay, which affects here the certain part of the umbilical system. So unusually you can say that the tall height or the thin finger on the toes is located on the lens of the eye. That means the heart problems, that means related to the blood vessels, carrying blood vessels or other related one. Okay, these symptoms does not directly related but turn out. Okay, they can be traced or being the muted one. Okay. say lethality for the allele that Mendel studied, it was equally possible to get homozygous dominant or the homozygous recessive one. So, or the heterozygous type. So, in this type, none of these affects the survival of the bee and the plants. However, it may be all genes and all alleles. Okay. So many genes in one and in an organism or the genomes are needed for the survival, and if an allele make one of these genes or the non-function one, causing it to take the abnormal harmful activity. Okay. So for example, the yellow mouse, okay. So here if you take the yellow mouse and having a dominant group that about the alleles and A, and when two alleles of the mice were crossed each other, they produced yellow and brown offsprings or in a ratio of 2:1, and the yellow offspring did not breed. So why this happens in this case? It is out of the unusual ratio of the reflection that some of the mouse embryo or the homozygous forms of the genotypes died very early in the development, long before the birth, and in other words, we can say that the level of the egg or the sperm and the fertilization, the color gene segregate normally, resulting in the embryos with 1:2:1 ratio. That means AY if the mice died as a tiny embryo. So the genotype of the and the phenotype of the following the surviving the mice. The allele like which are lethal when they are homozygous, but are not when they are heterozygous or the recessive genes. So the lethal allele and the human genetic disorder, we can see some alleles associated with the human disorders are recessive lethal. Okay. So for example, these are true the alleles that cause the chondroplasia and a form of a dark result. So a person of heterozygous forms, these alleles will be short in limbs. So their limbs will be short and they will be short stitches. For example, having or the homozygous form same when cause death during the embryonic development of the first month of the life. And for example, the recessive lethality. So some human disorders and other caused by the dominant lethal alleles, and these are the alleles that cause the death when they are present in such a single copy. If an allele leads to death of the heterozygous before birth. So here, if the dominant alleles allow the heterozygote to survive the past birth, it can see the population as a genetic disorder. Thank you. This session is powered by 2.0 using JVWU.